Hey guys, today I'm filming a review of the Hard Candy Glamouflage Mix In Drops Turn Me Matte. This is supposed to be a drugstore dupe of the CoverFX Custom Blot Drops. This is actually the second time that Hard Candy has duped a product from CoverFX. They have also duped the CoverFX Custom Cover Drops. I do have an entire review video on that Hard Candy dupe. I will have that linked up here in case you're interested to see that. So I have not personally tried the CoverFX Custom Blot Drops because CoverFX is a very, very expensive brand. But before I purchased this product, I tried to look up some reviews online. There weren't a ton at the time, but I did see one very helpful review from Living Loving Makeup. She does have the Hard Candy product and the CoverFX. She did battle them out and really compare them. So if you want to see a great review and also to find out how these two products definitely do compare and contrast, I will definitely recommend you guys watch that video. Again, like I said, it is going to be linked up here. And she also gave some really helpful tips on how to work with this product that I'll talk about in a little bit. So the Hard Candy Turn Me Matte Drops are exclusive to Walmart. They retail for $7 and they come with half an ounce. This is a clear product, so it only comes in one shade. And I'm going to read you the claims from the back of the packaging. It says this is a liquid mattifier that can be added to your moisturizer or foundation to leave a matte finish on the skin. It reduces pores and controls oil for all day wear. The directions say to add and mix 2 to 3 drops to your moisturizer or foundation and blend effortlessly. This can be used alone, under makeup, and as a liquid mattifier. So there were 3 ways I tried this product: as a primer, mixed in with foundation, and also as a liquid mattifying touch-up product. I did not try it on its own because honestly I would never wear a mattifying product without any makeup. So I wanted to start with the packaging because this is a dropper product. Of course it does have a dropper style packaging. So the top just twists off and there you have your dropper. So I do have a lot of things to say about the packaging in combination with the texture of this product. So this product is super duper thick. As you can see, it's not going anywhere. The problem with that is that, look, no product is coming out of here. It doesn't suck up the product. The product just sticks to the applicator and I can dig around and scoop it out, but it doesn't suck it up like it is supposed to. And when watching that review from Living Loving Makeup, she said that she put in a couple drops of hot water, mixed it around, and it worked a lot better. So I tried that as well, and it definitely did work. The next day, it applied really easily. The dropper sucked up the amount of product and everything. But then when it came to the day after that, it had gone back to normal. So I feel like if I actually want to use the dropper to suck up product, that I'm going to have to add in a couple drops of hot water every day, which is really annoying. You shouldn't have to do that. So I'm glad to know that there is a way to make the texture work with the applicator, but that's just really annoying and you shouldn't have to do that. So when you hear me talk about the difficulty with this texture and the applicator, you might be afraid that this product is going to be incredibly thick, but it's actually not, which I know is very confusing and makes no sense. So yeah, the product doesn't really suck up into the dropper very well, but it doesn't feel thick on the skin. So if I was to just take this out, put a little on my finger, and then rub it onto the back of my hand, when I start to rub it into my skin, it's almost like it thins out and it does not feel like a very thick, heavy, or sticky texture. So the packaging part is annoying for me, but I'm glad at least that when I put it on my skin, it doesn't have that really thick texture. So I have incredibly oily skin. I've tried a lot of mattifying primers and I haven't had much luck at all. The Becca Ever Matte blotting perfector thing and the Makeup Forever mattifying primer, those don't work on me at all. They ball up and pill up and feel really thick on my skin and I have a terrible time blending them out. So I've returned both of those products. Even though they might mattify, they only mattify decently and the texture just does not work with my skin. This texture works way better for me because, as I said, when you put it on your skin, it isn't as thick and it blends out really, really easily. It doesn't pill up, ball up, flake off, anything like that. It works with my skin so well. So when using this hard candy product in all three capacities, I did use the same foundation. I used the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I'm very familiar with that foundation and know how it works for me. It does keep me mostly matte, but of course I do get oily throughout the day still. And I wanted to use the same foundation every single time, so that would be a constant. So starting with using this as a primer. So I just took out the product, wiped it on my fingers, just a small amount. I rubbed it between my fingers and then I just patted it onto my skin in the areas that I'm oily, which for me is the center of my forehead, the sides of my nose, this inner part of my cheek, my chin, and on my temples. Basically everywhere except for this outer part of my cheek, and it went on really well, blended into the skin nicely, didn't feel thick or sticky or anything like that. So the second time I used this product as a primer, I applied it the same way as I just mentioned, but I wanted to see how this would work with a pore filling primer. Currently I'm using the Makeup Forever Smoothing Primer, and I was really nervous that these products would not work together and that the pore filling primer would just pill up and flake off, but it didn't. And I put the pore filling primer literally right on top of where I put this mattifying product, and they work together so nicely. It was able to blur my pores without having a funny texture or pilling up or anything. So that was fantastic to know that I can use this product in combination with other primers literally on top of each other. So using this as a primer, I was able to stay matte for 5 to 6 hours, which is incredible for me. So of course I do start to get a tiny bit oily on the sides of my nose because that is the place I get the most oily, but it wasn't something I could actually see, and the rest of my face really did stay matte. Honestly, after like 3 or 4 hours, I usually get pretty shiny. So this definitely made a difference with that foundation, keeping me matte for longer. So as a primer, I got about 5 to 6 hours of truly matte skin. So then I tried using this as a mixer with my foundation. So of course I already mixed my Estee Lauder Double Wear with my Hard Candy Glamouflage Foundation and Porcelain to get my perfect consistency and shade. So I mixed those two on a little mixing palette, and then I did add in 2 drops of this product and I started mixing it in with the foundation. So the texture of this is kind of odd. So when I mixed it with the foundation, it made my foundation feel kind of weird and kind of jelly, and it felt like it was thinner, felt like it was separating a little bit just on that mixing palette, which made me nervous. But when I applied it on my face, it didn't really shear out the coverage to make it look patchy or weird in any way. So that was good. So if you're freaked out at first when you're mixing the products together, I totally get it. But on my face, I didn't have any problems, and I did try that out a couple different times to make sure, and I found that was very consistent. And also using this product as a mixer, I did stay matte for 5 to 6 hours, which again is very incredible for me, and I was really happy with that. That is the longest I've ever been able to stay matte. And the third way I tried this is as a liquid mattifying touch-up product. So after it had been several hours, I was starting to get pretty oily. I did take a tiny bit of this on my fingers, rub my fingers together, and then I just patted over my skin. So I did pat over my forehead, and that worked pretty well. But then I started patting over my nose, which is where I get the most oily. So I was patting, blending it in, and then it lifted off my foundation and you could see my skin and it looked blotchy. So I would be cautious about using it as a liquid mattifier. It worked on my forehead where I was a tiny bit shiny but not super oily, but in that oily area around my nose, it did lift my foundation. It is possible that maybe I was messing with it too much, and if I would have just tap, then it would have been okay. Out of the 3 ways, that is my least favorite. I am not going to be using this product as a liquid mattifier because I don't want to take the chance of messing with it too much and having it lift off my foundation. So guys, for my final thoughts on this product, Highly recommend this for anybody that has combo oily skin. It is about to be summer where even people with normal skin do get a bit oily, so I think this would be a great product. I recommend using this as a primer or mixing it in with your foundation. I don't really recommend this for a liquid mattifier. I don't think it works that well for that. And the biggest con for this would be the fact that the dropper part of this packaging doesn't work for me. I probably will continue to add in a couple drops of warm water, mixing it around and using it that way, but that is going to be pretty annoying for me. So what I was doing was kind of scraping it off on my finger and then mixing it in, and I am able to make it work that way, but the fact that this was made to be used with the dropper and the dropper part doesn't work with this consistency is pretty annoying for me. But overall, I was actually very, very impressed, and I highly recommend this product. So guys, if you've tried out this product, I would love to know your opinions in a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.